Last time, we learned about the past continuous. Do you remember what we have talked about past continuous? Can you tell the form of past continuous? Okay, let's do it together. Past continuous. Past continuous. We have seen some examples and some forms with a past continuous. Like, for example, we said we were playing football. We were playing football. Yes? Or you can say in a singular form, I was driving a car. Can you see these sentences? Yes. We have what? In these sentences, we begin with a subject, right? Subject. Then what comes after the subject is what? The past auxiliaries plus was or were, right? Plus, then what type of verb do we use? Playing and driving. Right. The ing verb. Then plus object or complement. This is how we use what? The past continuous. Subject plus was or were plus ing verb plus object or complement. And we also have seen how to make a positive sentence negative. How was that? For example, can we make these sentences negative? Let's do it. We were playing football. How can we make it negative? Good. We were not. We were not playing. We were not playing football. We were not playing football. What do we have here? We, our subject, then were, and then not. This word makes our sentence what? Negative. How about this one? I was driving a car. Let me give you a few seconds and try it. I was driving a car. How can you make it negative? Just to remember, you can look at the above the first sentence. Okay, now let's do it together. I was driving a car. Let's make it negative. I, yes, was not. Very good. I was not, right? Driving. I was not driving a car. Full stop. This is how we make what? A positive sentence negative. A positive past continuous negative. How about the third type of sentence, which is interrogative? Let us change these sentences into question form. Let me give you a few seconds. We were not playing football, or we were playing football. How can you make it interrogative? Yes, it's better to refer this one. We were playing football. We were playing football. You can see this and it's easy to make it question or interrogative. Okay, let's do it. Do you start by saying where? Perfect. Where? Were you? Yes? After where, there comes the subject. Were you playing Were you playing football? Then question mark. Were you playing football? This is how we can change a positive sentence into negative, and then how we can construct an interrogative or yes question sentence. This is all what we have seen or what we have learned last week. Before last week, we also have seen about the simple past. Yes? And today, our program is we're going to integrate or mix these two tenses, the simple past and past continuous. We will see how we can use both of the sentences. All right? Follow me. Okay. Simple past. The simple past. A simple past begins or ends at a specific time. Yes? A simple past. In a simple past, the action begins or ends at a specific time. At a specific time. For example, you can say, example, I woke up at 6 a.m. Look at this sentence. I woke up at 6 a.m. The action, this woke up, the waking up action, it begins or starts at a specific time. And what time is that? 6 a.m. Very good. 6 a.m. Or you can say, yeah, we finished the lesson at 9:30. Look at this sentence. We finished the lesson at 9:30. Now, here is an action, and that action ends at a specific time. And that time is what? 9:30. But when it comes to the past continuous, look, past continuous, past continuous. Past continuous is interrupted at a specific time. A specific time in the middle. In the middle of a long action. Okay? It gets what? Interrupted in a specific time. As you remember last time, what did we say about past continuous? We said that it is an action which can express a longer activity happened in the past, right? Okay. Now I am only talking about the specific time which this action has interrupted. Let me give you some examples. Example. Look. I was teaching English when you called. When you called me. Now look at this sentence. It says what? I was teaching English when you called me. Can you see that? I was teaching English when you called me. All right? Yes, how many activities do we have here? One, we have a long action. Yes? Was teaching English. This is what? The past continuous. Past continuous. Right? Okay. Then another action interrupted this continuous action. What was that? You called me. This is simple past. Now, can you tell the difference? Look, I was teaching English, past continuous, a longer action, and then this long action interrupted by another action, another short action. And that is what? You called me. Okay, let me give you some more examples. Okay? Look. She was reading when the alarm rang. Look at this sentence. She was reading when the alarm rang. How many activities do we have? One, reading. The other, rang. The alarm rang. Yes? Which one do you think is a long action? Right. The first one is a long action. Yes? It says what? She was reading. This one is a long action. She was reading. But in the middle of the reading part activity, something happened. And what is that? Yeah, the alarm rang. Right? So this one is a short action which interrupted what? The longer action, reading. Let me give you one more. While we were talking, okay? While we were talking, I remembered my appointment, or we can say my class, or my lesson. Look, while we were talking, yeah, while we were talking, I remembered my class. Now, how many actions do we have here? 2 actions. The first one, while we were talking, that is a long action, which is what? Past continuous. But in the middle of this, something happened. Something interrupted the activity. And what is that? Yes, the person, or me, myself, I remembered my class. I remembered my class. When you see such kind of sentences, what different thing have you noticed? Look at the sentences. Look at both of the sentences, and you can tell me what special thing that you notice in the sentence. Let me give you a few seconds. The first one. She was reading when the alarm rang. The second one. While we were talking, I remembered my class. What different word or what different thing have you noticed in these sentences? If you say the words when and while, you are right. These 2 words, when and while. Now, I want you to carefully look at the sentences, what comes after while and what comes after when. Let's focus. The first one, look. She was reading. What is this sentence? It is past continuous. She was reading. Then in between, we have this conjunction when, right? Then what comes after when is what? The alarm rang. Simple, past. Good. Let's see the second one. While we were talking, look, While we were talking, we were talking. After a while, we have what? We were talking. Yes? Okay. What is this sentence? Past continuous. Good. So, after when, what comes next is the simple past, and after a while, what we use is the long action, okay? Which is what? Past continuous. While we were talking, I remembered. So, you can say like this. If you use while, then while is followed by a continuous action. And when is followed by a short action. I can give you some sentences in order to stress and focus on this topic, okay? Look. We were singing. We were singing blank. Look, we were singing blank. You came. Look at this. We were singing blank. You came. Which one do you think is appropriate here? Is it while or when? Try it. We were singing blank. You came. Which one do you choose? If you say when, that means you are correct, because what comes after the blank is what? You came. This one, this sentence is what? Subject plus verb to, which means simple past. All right? Simple past, a short action. And what do we say when we talk about when here? We said when is followed by a short action. So we use what? We were singing when you came. We were singing when you came. Let me give you another sentence. Blank blank, they shouted, I was reading. Blank, they shouted, I was reading. Which one do you prefer? Now, in order to choose our answer, what do we see? We see the sentence that comes next, okay? So, what kind of sentence do we have here? They shouted. What is the answer? Let me give you a few seconds. If you answered again, when, that means you are correct. Because, again, just like the first one, what comes next is what? Subject plus verb to, which is simple past. And simple past is what? A short action here. So, this short action is what? Preceded by the conjunction when. One more. Only one more. The girl watched her purse blank. She was going to the market. Look, the girl watched her purse. Blank, she was going to the market. Which one do you prefer, or which one do you think is the correct answer here? If you say it is while, that means you are correct. Because what comes after the blank here is what? She was going, all right? Which means past continuous. And what do we say about while? While is followed by a continuous action. Now, if we clearly understand when to use when and while, now I will give you some sentences, or we will do together how to use or how to make the correct tense after these conjunctions. Okay. Practice time. The first one. Let's do this. When they blank ask the question, I blank write a note. How do you think that we better make the words or the verbs in bracket? Let me give you a few more seconds now. Be careful and remember the action. Try to identify which one is a long action and which one is shorter. And try to focus on the conjunction that I used in the sentence. Okay? Try it. Show your answers to your parents or your friends or people around you. When they blank ask the question, I blank write a note. Let us check your answers. When they blank. Now, what do we have here? On the first one, we have what? When. And we said that when is followed by a short action. So that means this one is the shortest. So how do we say? When they were asking or asked? Simple past. Very good. When they asked. Okay? When they asked the question, yes? Then I blank write a note. How about this one? I was writing. Very good. I was writing. I was writing a note. Now, here we have simple past and past continuous, which means that the longest action, which is past continuous, is interrupted by the short action that we expressed it using the simple past or subject plus verb to. One more practice and then you will do by yourself, okay? The second example. Okay, look at this sentence. I blank to the cinema, our verb here is arrive, while they blank, with the verb prepare, the stage. How do you think we should make arrive on the first clause and prepare on the second one? Let me give you a few more seconds. Please show your answers to your parents, your friends, or mentors around you, okay? Let's do it together. I blank to the cinema, arrive is our verb, while they prepare the stage. Which one do you think is the short action? Is it the first one or the second one? We have a clue now. In this sentence, our clue is what? This conjunction while. Yes? Because earlier before, what do we say? We said while is followed by a continuous or a long action. So, the second one obviously is what? They prepare? Yes, they were preparing. They were preparing. If you can say they were preparing, then it is very simple to come to the first one. What is that? Yes, I arrived. I arrived to the cinema while they were preparing the stage. Now, in our today's lesson, I am sure you understand the two conjunctions when and while. At the same time, how we use the two tenses together, which means simple past and past continuous. We said that simple past has a specific time which it begins or ends. And we also say past continuous is interrupted by a short action or a simple past. That's how we use when and while. And then we also say what? While is followed by the long action and when is followed by a short action. So in this case, what do we have? After when, we have simple past, and after while, we have what? Past continuous. That is what we have practiced and seen here in the class with me. And then I will give you a homework to practice after me. Don't forget to do your homeworks and don't forget to show your answers to your mentor, to your teacher, or your parents. Okay? Let's go to the exercises. Homework. Okay. Use the correct form of the verb in bracket and complete the sentences. Now let us see. I blank read the first one. I blank read when my mother called me. Now put the correct form of these two verbs in the provided blank. Okay. The second one, we watch TV when he come. And the last one, okay. The second one, while he blank explain, the door be open. Now these are your homework, and I am sure next time when you come up, you will come with the answers of this exercise. Don't forget what we have discussed today. Today we have seen how to use integratively simple past and past continuous in one sentence. And this is all what I have for today. See you next time. Bye for now.